Good morning, this is the morning news at 6:55. The father of a 2-year-old boy who died from black mold in his social housing flat says he never wants anyone else to go through what they have, as a new law brought in after his death comes into effect. Awabishak died in 2020 from a severe respiratory illness caused by prolonged exposure to the mold in his family's housing association flat in Rochdale, Greater Manchester. His throat, windpipe and other airways were swollen and congested. Fungus was found in his blood and lungs, with such severe inflammation that his official cause of death was given as environmental mold pollution. His father, Faisal Ishaq, had complained repeatedly to the housing provider, Rochdale Borough-wide Housing, about the mold in the 3 years leading up to his son's death, but nothing was done. The toddler's death caused outrage and prompted the passage of Awab's law with a requirement for landlords to fix reported hazards in social housing more speedily and rehouse tenants in safe accommodation if necessary. But as the rules come into force in England, a UK-wide survey found 23% of those who said they had issues such as damp, mold or condensation in their homes were social renters. British commentator Sami Hamdi has been detained by US immigration, who have revoked his visa and banned him from completing his speaking tour, a Homeland Security official said. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, has Mr. Hamdi in custody, DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin posted on social media site X. Under President Trump, those who support terrorism and undermine American national security will not be allowed to work or visit this country, she wrote. This individual's visa was revoked and he is in ICE custody pending removal. Mr. Hamdi spoke at a gala for the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, in Sacramento, California on Saturday and was scheduled to speak on Sunday at one of the group's events in Florida, the organization said in a statement. CARE said he was detained at San Francisco International Airport. Conservative figures had been urging the Trump administration to expel Hamdi from the U.S. Mr. Hamdi, who is managing director of the International Interest, a global risk and intelligence company, has appeared as an analyst and commentator on British TV networks including Sky News. CARE called for his release and accused the Trump administration of detaining him over his criticism of the Israeli government. CIA's deputy director, Edward Ahmed Mitchell, said Hamdi had previously denied supporting Islamic militants. Abducting a prominent British Muslim journalist and political commentator on a speaking tour in the United States because he dared to criticize the Israeli government's genocide is a blatant affront to free speech, CARE said in a statement. A 32-year-old man has been arrested after a woman was raped in Walsall in a suspected racially aggravated attack. West Midlands police said the man was detained early on Monday morning in the Perry Bar area of the town. The arrest comes after an urgent appeal by police over the weekend, following the alleged incident on Saturday night. Officers were called to the Park Hall area of Walsall just after 7:15 p.m. after a woman was seen in distress in the street. The force said the woman, in her 20s, had been raped and assaulted at a nearby property by a man she did not know. It said the incident was being treated as racially aggravated. Detective Superintendent Ronan Tyre, of West Midlands Police, said, "This is a significant development in our investigation, and I'd like to thank everyone who has come forward with information following our appeal last night. Our investigation will progress today, and, as always, our priority is the woman who was the subject of this attack. She has been updated this morning and will continue to receive full support from specially trained officers." The family of a young boy who was thrown from the 10th floor of the Tate Modern building says that after 6 courageous years, he is beginning to run, cycle, jump and swim. The French youngster, who was 6 at the time of the attack, survived the 100 feet 30 meters fall but suffered life-changing injuries, including a bleed on the brain and broken bones. His attacker, autistic teenager Jonty Bravery, was living in supported accommodation in 2019 but was allowed out unsupervised when he targeted the boy. He was convicted of attempted murder in 2020 and jailed for 15 years. The boy, affectionately named Our Little Knight by his family, spent months in intensive care and has surprised experts with his progress. A GoFundMe page set up by a British supporter of the family said the boy and his father had been working towards a tricycle ride to the sea, a few kilometers from their house. It said, "As we live a few kilometers from the sea, they had set their final goal of having a picnic at the beach and then returning. After several progressive training sessions, they finally completed their 2.5-hour journey. They returned exhausted but delighted. Mission accomplished." And now we move to the world news for the morning chat, and then at 8 a.m. we have Radio 1 Breakfast.